You know, what I was saying was before we were cut that the death
Floyd.
of Floyd and around the same period about Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery, the understanding of white people, and joined in the struggle. I think that it opened them up,
Yeah.
so that they are able to join in the fight. That some of them and a lot of them may not even know, may not even have an idea of what black people are going through, but because they have seen that, and that has opened a door. You know
So
what I
it,
mean?
it,
So
it, it kind of brought it to life because I could see that it wasn't just American whites. I could also see black white South Africans also, getting into Black Lives Matter sort of movement.
indeed,
Because Nabo, I really think ukuthi this was almost becoming real.
a united struggle.
It was a united
And this is the
struggle.
thing. The point with what I was saying in terms of that is to say, the I think women need to relax a little. When I say relax, I don't mean you
Accept
don't
things as
yes accept or pull your foot off the pedal, and all of those kind of stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that don't kill the guy that is in your corner. Don't kill the guy that is in your corner. If a guy is in your corner, if men are in your corner, a lot of men are in, there's a lot of us. There's lots of men. The average guy actually out there is against this thing.
but do you
It's
understand
against gender-based violence.
do you
Average man.
understand so that why as women we feel the way that we do?
Of course.
Because yes, I do know that there's a lot of men who are in the fight with women,
Yeah.
who are supportive and whatnot.
Yeah.
But most, they still speak, in a very judgmental manner when it comes to abuse.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a post, of a young girl. I won't mention the names, obviously, because we don't have rights to do that. But a young girl who, 19 years old, killed by a boyfriend. Someone tweeted, and I thought that was so weird. Someone says, oh, but she was 19. Why was she focusing on boys? I mean, be sensitive.
No, of course.
It's not about the fact that she was 19 and has a relationship.
It's absolutely meaningless.
That's a different story. Because now when you saying, oh yeah, it's almost like she deserves it. Why was she?
That's rubbish.
And that shows a very insensitive side.
That is absolutely.
Which is the reason that as women we always jump on a defense because it's very difficult for us to separate between sincere and
I agree.
mockery.
But here's the thing. What I said earlier on about the struggle is by and large being led by angry women. I updated something, some time ago, on my Facebook. And it was something which I still stand by. It was something along the lines of what we're talking about now to say that, men and women are different. We think with different sides, as I said earlier on, different sides of the brain. And, we operate differently. And in order for us to address the problem, we need to understand, that we operate differently. And operating differently, sometimes I'm going to say something that you're not going to understand. Me and you are married. We clash over things that are not said in malice, but things that are said nonetheless. And those things are said and we clash over them because they are said. It's words that are out there. Now, it doesn't mean they are said with ill intentions. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that there needs to be an appreciation that if we are going to understand one another, if we're going to defeat this thing, we're gonna have to join hands, men and women, women and men, to join together and not slice each other into pieces. When we say things, sometimes we're gonna say things that we shouldn't be saying because we speak from a position of privilege, of male privilege. We speak in a position that is not educated. Do you get what I'm saying? But allow us to say that, so that that's an opportunity not for you to slice me, that's an opportunity for you to educate me.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I get you 100%. Do you know an abuser in your life?
Do I know an abuser?
Yeah.
Well, I did say earlier on that the male figure that raised me, who is not my biological father, is one. He's now in his 80s. In terms of age.
Do you know an abuser who is your age? I'll tell you why I'm asking that. I think one of the reasons, as women, we are in the position that we are at, as far as men are concerned, we feel like probably, 3 in 5 men know an abuser. This is not a correct statistic, but I'm saying
I understand you.
In one's lifetime,
I understand
you know someone who's an abuser, because I kind of feel like there's this thing of these uncommunicated codes. These things of Zamato.
Let me answer your question.
I will not call the other brother
I get
out
you. That's the rubbish. That's
because
nonsense.
he's my brother.
You cannot not call somebody out. It's like saying you're not expecting a white person to call another racist white person because they are protecting one another, of which that is rubbish. It's the same thing.
But we also know it happens, yeah.
I know it happens. In the same way, I know it happens that as men, men would rather walk away cowardly, men would not say anything rather than calling
another brother
I know,
out.
I definitely know that.
So
but
that's
when
our
you ask
struggle.
me, when you ask me specifically, do I know, somebody who is an abuser? I don't.
Because the reason I'm asking that is because for me, and I know for a lot of women, that is the issue that we have. That men are protecting each other. Not unless, there's something that we're missing. Maybe you guys, when you are with each other, you are holy, then when you're with your girlfriends, you become this different person. But I find it highly unlikely that an abuser will be like such a holy person amongst the friends.
I think it's common, love. I think it's common, so that in the sense that I'm talking common among men. I was part of a group, and a WhatsApp group, and I won't mention its name. And in this, it's men, all men, and I raised something. It was a group of about 200 men, some well known, some not known, and I raised something about some of us here, the group was formed to fight against gender-based violence and so forth, which is a good thing. The intention is absolutely great. However, some of the men who are members and who were speaking vocally, there in the group, were known publicly. I mean, there were articles, there were stuff in,
so what
about
did
them.
you do about it?
About them having abused, women and all of that. Now, whether that is proven or unproven, but the fact is, it is out there. There is a cloud over your head. And I raised this issue and so on, and the group was like, hey, if you are here, and nobody mentioned, and I mean, there were a lot of people who agreed with what was raised about.
But do you understand?
So nobody, but wait, let me finish. Nobody was pinpointed to say, look, you so and so, there's an article out on you. So please, don't speak on behalf of the group, when you speak and so on.
Unless
and so
you come out and
unless you come
apologize.
out and in the marches, and you stand at the podium and say, I so and so, there's this thing that is out in my name, and I'm saying that this thing is not true. I'm willing to go to court or whatever the story. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that in what you were raising earlier about men protecting one another, I'm aware that there is such a thing. That men do protect. We do protect one another, and by protecting one another, it doesn't mean that we do that deliberately to say that, oh, so you Pindi, my man, you did something wrong there, but I'm going to protect you.
So how
it doesn't happen
how do you
like
do it
that.
if it's not
But
deliberately?
what happens is that guys, they will act like they don't seeing it. They are not seeing anything.
That's the problem.
They would act like they're okay. One might argue that's the same thing. People act like they don't see anything.
That's the problem, Surat. That's
Right.
the problem, because
I agree.
women who get killed, I'm a strong believer that a man doesn't just come back one day, kills you. He will start with a slap here, with a punch there.
Yes, and you let them do it.
You start with having a blue eye and all of that. And as families, we don't call these things out at that time.
Yes.
When someone comes with a blue eye, pink eye, is it a blue eye?
Whatever.
Blue eye. When somebody
pink or
comes
blue.
comes with a
For a black person, is blue.
no, pink eye is actually some eye disease. I think it's a blue eye.
Yes.
When someone comes with a blue eye, we don't call it out.
Yeah.
As families, we'll still allow so and so to go to somebody's car, waiting for him outside, or waiting for her outside, knowing very well what. But lo muntu last week ubekamfake a blue eye. Why at that point we don't call this out and say, you know what, it ends here, it ends now.
That is what we need to
And
unite
then
against.
we start talking now
I
when
agree.
umuntu has been killed.
I agree with you 100%.
But I can assure you, there has been traces of punches and kicks and whatever, and we do not say anything. And that's why most of the time when Lomund is being buried, we are kala now uzo to, oh yeah, so and so one day came with a blue eye and we thought whatever.
I totally agree with you.
What is your message as we are closing this
Oh
segment?
yeah, time is.
What is your message to women, during this month of August when women really feel defeated?
Okay, here's my message very quickly. Guys, open the door. There's a whole lot of us who are wanting to come in to protect us from ourselves, to protect women, to protect our daughters, to protect our mothers, our sisters, and our wives. I'm sitting with a woman right here, and God forbid something happens, to her, either through me or, somewhere, where I'm not present and so forth. I wouldn't want for that to happen.
Yeah.
So my issue is that, ladies, please relax a little bit. We have something to offer, and please open the door and let's fight this war together. And yeah, let's fight this war together. Just don't think that you can fight this on your own.
So we basically need each other in order to
We need each other.
to overcome
We absolutely need
what
each
what
other.
is currently happening.
With God, there's absolutely nothing that is impossible.
Yeah. Let's pull together, and that's where our solutions are going to come from.
Amen and
Thank
amen.
you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Would like to see your comments below, and please say something.
And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Goodbye.
Love you. Bye.